Ever look up at the night sky and feel like you've got a pretty good handle on things? There's the Earth, the Sun, the planets, all neatly spinning on this sort of cosmic frisbee, right? But have you ever stopped to ask, what's up there? And I don't mean up towards Polaris. I mean, what's above the frisbee and what's below it? If our solar system is a dinner plate, what's in the cupboards? The answer is so much weirder and more mind-bendingly vast than you can imagine. Stick around because we're about to venture off the map into the true cosmic wilderness. All right, so let's get our bearings. Picture our solar system. You've probably seen the model a million times, the Sun in the middle, and then Mercury, Venus, Earth, and all our planetary neighbors orbiting around it. Now, the thing they don't always emphasize is just how incredibly flat the whole setup is. Seriously. All the planets, for the most part, orbit on the same level, a plane we call the ecliptic plane. It's not a perfect sheet of paper. There's a little wobble here and there, but on a cosmic scale, it's flatter than a pancake. So we're all cruising through space on this giant, flat carousel. But that begs the question, right? If you're on a carousel, you know there's a sky above you and a floor below you. What's the cosmic equivalent of that? What happens if you launch a rocket straight up, perpendicular to the direction Earth is going? Where do you end up? For the longest time, we were just so focused on the planets next to us that we didn't give a whole lot of thought to what was above or below our solar system's plane. It was like living in a one-story house your whole life and never once thinking to check if there's an attic or a basement. The immediate space above and below our solar system's plane is, well, it's mostly just that, space. An unfathomable amount of cold, dark, empty space. But it's not completely empty. And the things that are lurking out there are some of the most mysterious and ancient objects in our entire cosmic neighborhood. Think about it. We send probes to Mars, to Jupiter, even out past Pluto. But all of those missions are basically staying on the same floor of the cosmic house. They're traveling out, not up or down. Venturing into that vertical unknown is a completely different ballgame. The distances are just staggering, and destinations are, well, they're less like planets and more like ghosts. We're talking about a region of space so sparse and so dark, it makes the void between planets look like a bustling city. This is the frontier, the great unexplored wilderness right on our doorstep. And, exploring these kinds of giant, mind-bending questions is exactly what we do here at the Unifying Lens. We take these huge topics in science and history and try to make them feel a little less intimidating, a little more like a conversation with a friend. If that sounds like your kind of thing, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. It tells YouTube you like what we're doing, and it means you won't miss out when we explore the next big cosmic mystery. It helps the channel more than you know. Now, let's go open the door to the attic. So if you travel up or down far enough, leaving the planets behind, you eventually enter a whole new realm. This isn't the solar system as you know it. This is the Oort cloud. And honestly, it's less of a place and more of a theoretical ghost sphere. Imagine our solar system, the sun and planets, is the size of a single grain of sand. The Oort cloud would be a bubble of space surrounding that grain of sand that's more than a mile wide. It's this gigantic, spherical shell of icy objects that completely surrounds our solar system from every possible direction, above, below, left, right, you name it. It's the true outer boundary of the sun's gravitational influence. We're talking trillions, maybe even 100 trillion comets and icy rocks just floating out there in the deep, deep freeze. And here's the crazy part. We've never actually seen it. Not directly. It's too far, too dark, and the objects are too small and spread out. So how do we know it's there? Because every now and then, something like the gravity of a passing star gives one of these icy snowballs a little nudge, and it starts a long, slow fall toward the sun, a journey that can take millions of years. When it finally gets close, the sun's heat brings it to life, it grows a tail, and we see it in our skies as a long-period comet. So every one of those spectacular comets like Hale-Bopp is a visitor from this ghostly sphere that surrounds us. They are messengers from the attic and the basement of our solar system. Okay, so that's the stuff that's still part of our solar system, technically. But what if we keep going? What's beyond the Oort cloud? Well, now you're leaving home for good. You're entering interstellar space, the void between the stars. And this is where our perspective has to shift. See, our solar system isn't just floating in a random void. It's part of something much, much bigger, the Milky Way galaxy. And just like our solar system is a flat disk, our galaxy is also a flat disk, a gigantic, spinning pinwheel of hundreds of billions of stars, gas, and dust. And our solar system is just one little speck embedded inside that disk. So the space above and below our solar system is really just the space above and below the galactic plane. For a while, as you travel up, you're still passing through the disk of the Milky Way. You'd pass other stars, beautiful nebulae where new stars are being born, the whole shebang. It would be an incredible sight. But eventually, after traveling for thousands of light years, you'd break through the surface. And what's there? An area called the galactic halo. This is another huge, roughly spherical region surrounding the main disk of our galaxy. But it's way more sparsely populated. It's home to very old stars and ancient star clusters called globular clusters. These are like celestial nursing homes, full of the galaxy's first-generation stars. And even weirder, the halo is thought to be dominated by dark matter, the mysterious, invisible stuff that makes up most of the universe's mass but doesn't interact with light at all. So you'd be flying through a vast, mostly empty space, but you'd feel the gravitational pull of something you can't see. Spooky, right? So, to recap, up and down from the solar system first takes you into our ghostly Oort cloud. Keep going, and you're traveling through the thickness of the Milky Way's disk. Go even further for a very long time, and you pop out into the galactic halo, this vast sphere of old stars and invisible dark matter. But what if we go further? This is where things get truly humbling. If you could travel hundreds of thousands, then millions of light years above or below the plane of our solar system, you would eventually leave the Milky Way galaxy entirely. You'd cross over into intergalactic space, the void between the galaxies. From out there, looking back, our entire galaxy would shrink until it looked just like one of those faint fuzzy patches you can see with a powerful telescope. All those hundreds of billions of stars, including our sun, would merge into a single beautiful swirl of light. And you would see that our galaxy is not alone. You'd see our neighbor, the Andromeda Galaxy, and other smaller satellite galaxies, all part of what we call the local group. And the space above and below, it's filled with more galaxies, and more, and more. Not arranged randomly, but in a breathtaking structure called the cosmic web. Immense filaments and sheets of galaxies separated by even more immense voids of almost perfect nothingness. Looking up or down from our solar system on the grandest possible scale is to look out upon the entire visible universe. There is no ultimate up or down. It's just an endless, awe-inspiring cosmic ocean in every direction. So, what's above and below our solar system? The answer depends on your scale. On a local scale, it's the Oort cloud, the birthplace of comets. On a grander scale, it's the rest of our Milky Way galaxy, with its halo of ancient stars and dark matter. And on the ultimate scale, it's everything. It's the entire universe, laid out in a glorious tapestry of galaxies. The simple idea of up and down that we're so used to here on Earth just dissolves. Out there in the cosmic arena, there is no floor and no ceiling. There is only out. Realizing that our little flat plane of planets is just a tiny, tiny component in this unimaginably vast 3D structure is, well, it's a pretty profound thought. It reminds us that no matter how much we explore, there's always a new direction to look, a new frontier to imagine. The universe isn't just the stuff to our left and our right, it's the infinite expanse in every direction imaginable. So what do you think? Is it mind-blowing to realize we live inside a sphere of 1 trillion comets, which is inside the disk of a galaxy, which is inside a web of 1 trillion more galaxies? Let me know what your biggest takeaway was down in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And, as always, if you enjoyed this journey off the cosmic map, please hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures. Thanks for watching. See you next time.